Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the earth signs Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and their twin flame connection. Earth signs, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. Twins, I hope that you all are doing well. This reading is for twins in separation, and if you aren't sure of what a twin flame connection is, a twin flame journey is, I've included a link to Gabi Kovalenko's video on twin flames in the description box below this video. I think she's so wise, and she's a modern esoteric philosopher, and I think she's pretty fabulous, very scholarly in her approach, and very thorough. She's probably given one of the best explanations of twin flames that I've come across, and of course I've done a lot of investigation on it, as I am also a twin flame, but I could never explain it better than she does. So rather than try, I leave it up to her. But essentially, a twin flame connection is two people who share the same energetic soul. So one soul in two people. There's always a runner-chaser dynamic and a separation period between these two people. Not all twin flames are incarnated in the same lifetime, but if you are fortunate enough to meet your twin flame in this lifetime, there's usually just an instantaneous spark and connection, a bond unlike any other relationship that you've ever known or will know. Which is not to say you don't love other people or have a bond with those people, but it's not quite like your twin flame. Not everyone has a twin flame. The purpose of twin flames being incarnated in this lifetime is to discover their own autonomy, their own spiritual gifts, to love themselves wholly and completely with or without their twin, and to raise the vibration of humanity. I do these readings to help twins in separation who are just going through it, because I really understand that so intimately and how difficult it can be. But without that connection and without that journey, I would not be, I was going to say enjoying my gifts. I do enjoy my gifts, but I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now in this moment, but I wouldn't have the connection to the divine that I have and the divine within me. So for that, I'm truly grateful to my twin. So earth signs, let me show you the decks I'm going to use for the overall energy wisdom of the oracle, and I will read from the book at the end. This brand new Citadel Oracle, Fantasy Oracle deck, which is just so beautiful for the base spread of your reading, and the amazing Light Seers Tarot for the tarot portion. So let's get your overall energy for earth signs. Thank you, Spirit. Wow, 46, which reduces to a 10. The Wheel of Fortune card. Regeneration. The word is regeneration. So the dawning of a new day, I just heard, with this light source coming from the corner. Everything looking like it's, in one interpretation, looks like it's ashes, like it's over, like it's dead, done, over with kind of thing. And yet there is life burgeoning and budding on this tree that is still standing. Earth signs, still standing, even after all. Isn't it amazing? When they're, this reminds me of the terrible volcanic eruptions in Hawaii and I mean everywhere in the world, but Hawaii especially, with the devastation that they experienced. There were still some homes, some trees. You didn't really know why, but they made it. They were resilient, and I just see that very stark image for your connection right now, that both of you are still fighting. I didn't get that for the fire signs, I'll be honest with you. But I see a fight here, that you're fighting for your connection. So we shall see. So 4 cards for the base spread from the Citadel Oracle. And then 4 cards of clarifier from the Tarot. The first 2 cards I'm going to show you are going to be your energy. The second 2, your twins. The third set will be the connection. The 4th set will be advice from Spirit. Feel free to flip your energy and your twins' energy, as twins often mirror one another. Beautiful. And we're done. This is your energy. The aspirant, ambition, diligence, setbacks. Ambition, diligence, setbacks. You see these beautiful kind of modern interpretation of skeleton keys. Skeleton keys are very significant to me as a reader because I did a meditation once, a guided meditation with a very beautiful spiritual teacher. And in that meditation, I met my higher self for the first time, like my soul, my aspect of my soul. And she said her name was Lavender, right? This is a soul that I share with my twin, but in order for her to appear to me, she wanted to appear in a method that I could understand. And she said her name was Lavender, and she gave me a skeleton key as a gift. And I always imagine that my twin has the lock. I see 2 keys here for you, earth signs. It's almost like, you know, Spirit just said that there's a part of you, you may be the chaser in this dynamic. There's a part of you that wants to take the burden on of unlocking this connection for the both of you. Giving wholeheartedly with both your hands. What else should I do? What else do I do? This is what I see. It's clarified by the Lovers in reverse. The Lovers, major arcana number 6 in the tarot, Gemini energy. There's always duality with Gemini. This and that are true energy. My twin happens to be a Gemini. It's very frustrating, that energy. Especially for an earth sign, if you may be dealing with a twin who is a Gemini. But it is this and that are true thinking, regardless of the sign, where we can be in several states at the same time, and any of these options are valid. And when the Lovers is in the upright, it does talk about divine connection. When it is in the reverse, it also talks about choice and having made a choice or not having a choice. It's almost like I feel as though you don't feel like you have a choice in this connection, that you're so kind of enraptured in it that I feel, pardon me for saying this, but I feel whoever I'm reading for in this moment, I feel desperation. And I completely have identified with that feeling in many instances. Just wanting to call out, especially if you are in total separation from your twin, but you can feel them, you see them in dreams, you see them in astral projection, you see synchronicities with their name or something about them when you go about your life. I see you such a willing participant, like just truly hands and arms outstretched to them. Let me get a clarifier. Because it says ambition, diligence, setback. So I do see you also doing your best to focus on your own prosperity in your own life. Though sometimes I think that you think that this twin flame connection holds you back. Sometimes it can. Well, what it can hold you back from is finding someone else, the potential for a soulmate, if that's what you want. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. Seven of Cups in reverse. Yeah, you're not trying to find anybody else, and you're not confused about what it is that you want. These two cards in reverse kind of tell me you're in this place where you're really trying to focus on your twin right now. You know what I just saw? See how these cups, Seven of Cups talks about spoiled for choice. This deliberation, right? Choice. There's that choice. The choice to put something down because we're juggling. The choice to choose somebody specific. But with this one, it's like you lift up all the cups, but you don't know what you're going to find underneath. It's like you have a lot of choice, but you don't know where they're going to end up. And when I held the card in reverse as it showed up, the snake was very prominent to me. It just made me think of snake in the grass. So there could be a karmic partner related to your twin or yourself that, you know, maybe one or both of you has taken on a karmic partner in lieu of your twin flame connection because you know, the twin journey is very lonely sometimes, oftentimes, and it's hard for people who are not twins to understand what that feels like. It's impossible, actually. It's not to say that people can't understand what it's like to grieve, because of course they can, but it's like you cut off a piece of your own heart and it's just wandering out there in the world. You can't do anything to protect it. You can't love it enough to will it back into your chest. It just has to figure it out on its own with its owner, right? So I see there's some struggle here. I don't feel like you've stopped pursuing, because I see there's these, you know, these are gold foil cards. These two dots in the hands and on the fingertips are really sticking out to me for some reason. Almost like a stigmata. What's that about? I was told by an Akashic Records reader that I experienced a stigmata in a past life. And I get these weird occurrences every once in a while where both the palms of my hands will start itching at the same time. I'm sure it can be explained to the weather or poor circulation, but I always think about it. And Spirit is calling my attention to that right now. Perhaps you've had a past life regression reading or session. Maybe you inquired about your twin in that session. Take that as it resonates. Perhaps the stigmata represents something like a sacrifice to you. That this relationship or this dynamic has felt like you've had to make sacrifices. and you're just trying to rebuild. What is your twin's energy? The tailor. Attention to detail and pride. I don't think I have to belabor the point that these very special sewing shears in the shape of this bird are cutting a cord, or they're trying to. I think your twin is trying to separate. I really believe that your twin is the runner. Page of Swords in the reverse. No longer trying to show curiosity towards you, inquiry towards you. Not because they don't love you. It's not about that. Whereas you may have a heart full of love to give, they don't feel as though they're worthy. You know, it's almost like, what is there to see here? Speaking of themselves. It's almost, I see them trying to build or kind of create something new, right? They're in a process. This is the shared energy between the both of you. They're in a process of rebuilding as well. And maybe for them, you know, you could have come to them at a really weird time in their life when they weren't expecting to meet anyone new, or they didn't have space in their life for anyone new, and then you came upon each other and it just shocked the hell out of them. And instead of just communicating things with you, they might have just cut you off or ghosted you or ran away in some way. And they think that it's all part of like something that they can control. They're trying to take the reins and control the situation. They're too, I mean, not all these, actually all these cards have hands depicted in them, but whereas your hands are open and kind of solidified, they're dark and they seem robust, these hands seem almost ghostly. Open and frail and kind of ghostly. And get a clarifier for the tailor. The tailor, please. Thank you. Look at this. Wow. 3 cards came out, and the very first one I looked at was this one. You see? Thank you, Spirit. I knew it was something about the hands. But look what else came out with this card. The Devil and the 4 of Swords in the reverse. Let's talk about this one first. The 2 of Cups. Water energy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. 2 of Cups talks about divine partnership. Talks about the choice of 2 people choosing each other, coming together, clinking glasses, celebrating. 2 of Cups can also talk about the connection between you and your higher self. Listening to yourself, being in concert with your higher self. I see these 2 cards together. This is usually a card of rest and recuperation, and when it's in reverse, it's kind of like we need to wake up out of our slumber now. We need to kind of come out of the safety of this nest. But it's almost like what's waiting. The Devil, Capricorn energy, Major Arcana number 15. This is how your person feels. This is your twin's energy, right? Could be yours. Take it as it resonates, but I'm reading for your twin. They want this. They want you. It's clear. But they feel like if they come out of this little, this is Spirit's tunneling my ear right now. They feel like if they come out of this little burrow, this little nest that they've, of protection, that they've made for themselves, that this is what's going to be waiting for them. That they're going to lose control. You see? They're trying to cut the string. It's almost like it's not even with you. It's just like with this aspect, this character, I don't know if you can tell, but they're just kind of doing this. Like, it's almost like, I can't believe it when somebody grabs their head. They're just like, I can't believe it. That's what this character seems to be doing. So it's almost like if I leave my little hidey hole and then I'm out there to the world, to my twin, exposed, vulnerable, and I can't handle it, then this is going to come after me. My sense of codependency on someone or something, my addictions, being trapped and bound, being in a cycle of repeat. Yeah, they're not trying to cut cords with you. They're like trying to cut cords with a piece of themselves that they hate, that they loathe, that they're ashamed of. Maybe you're not even privy to what that is. That's intense. I'm gonna ask for one more clarifier. What is that part of them that they're trying to cut cords with, Spirit? Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Very earth energy. I think it's what you remind them of. Because look, this is your offer. It's almost like this is how they see you and this is how they feel about themselves. Like they're not in a position to receive. That is the most obnoxious sound, and it's not a coincidence. It's just they're waiting for the light to change. That is one of the most obnoxious. I love when people blast their music and it's not even good. It's not a coincidence. It's almost like your twin is trying to distract you, right? Distract, distract, distract. Don't show them. Sorry, but I'm reading for you. I'm reading for the earth signs. They want to know. It's like your twin was trying to distract you from seeing. They don't feel like they're, thank you, Spirit. They don't feel like they're good enough to receive what you're offering. You know, everybody has a past. Maybe you don't know or are not privy to all the ins and outs of your person's past. And they're trying to keep it that way. Which in the end doesn't seem very fair. What is the connection? The merchant, self-worth and trade. Self-worth, isn't that, I mean, when I read the cards, I don't really look ahead too much. Like on something, unless something is like really sticking out to me. So I didn't even realize that this was here, but self-worth and trade. See how the tree, it's apples. It's an apple tree. That's pretty significant in terms of temptation. This obviously references to me the Justice card. Karmic balance, equal give and take. I think there is the desire for both of you to come together in this connection as equals, and yet you're absolutely up in your head and torn about how to do that. There's confusion, there's blindness to how do we even begin to go about it? Because there's a sense between the both of you of wanting to be on equal ground and bring equal amounts to the table. You know, I'm going to tell you, earth signs, if you're in this energy of overgiving, you will, trying to come back into union will be extremely difficult for you, because your lesson is to not overgive. Your lesson is to give unto yourself and, you know, let your twin figure out how to approach you. It's to flip the polarity, so you become the chaser and they become the, you become the runner and they become the chaser. Like, isn't it amazing? It's amazing how our twins, ourselves, right? How twins, just twins in general, can be just so self-destructive, because some twins, if you had the choice between accepting something beautiful from the divine and accepting temptation, the twins might accept temptation, because this seems like too much. Where is the blindness and confusion? What is it about, Spirit? Ace of Swords, the Emperor. The Emperor, number 4 in the major arcana, Aries energy. Control. This is still talking about control. The two of you have not used those keys to unlock the wisdom that Spirit is trying to bring to you. Aces always bring new. And when we're talking about the sword suit, it's air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. The epiphanies that come from Spirit, just kind of waiting in the wings. And right now, I just see the both of you kind of, I see the both of you doing a little bit of rejecting. The both of you having to take back control, which I understand. But it's almost like when you're trying to control the earthly realm instead of going with the flow, you can actually stymie Spirit's hope and wish for you to have progress, right? So you end up becoming blinded by your own sense of needing to control. We all do it. That is not like, I'm not trying to call you out on it. But, you know, there's a wisdom here too. There's a strategy, there's a power. So career-wise, I feel as though you're both taking control of that and focusing on your careers, perhaps, or focusing on perfecting the projects or the endeavors where you spend the majority of your time, whether that's work or some other, you know, maybe you're traveling. But these two cards, they speak of a kind of refusal to see clearly. And maybe that seeing clearly is just the recognition that you and your twin are not ready to be in union at this time. Because, like, really think about it. If we take our twin back in the same energy they left us, which we don't want, we want to evolve. All the problems that were there before will continue. We don't want that. We can't evolve from that's stagnant energy. And Spirit's advice, the champion, achievement, downfall. Yeah. So one or both of you could be using work as a mask. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being ambitious. But not if it's like at the cost of like for trying to forget yourself or run away from something. I also see the sword here. The sword is always like a truth, right? Spirit wants to bring that Ace of Swords right towards you. This is advice from Spirit. Here's that refusal again. High Priestess in the reverse. Pisces energy. Spirit wants you to have all of the epiphanies and the downloads, but you have to be in a space to receive. Get one more clarifier. Thank you, Spirit. 8 of Pentacles. This is normally the card of work, and the card is in reverse. It's kind of like Spirit saying, look at all the things that you're actually putting work into. How much of it is yourself and your own emotional, spiritual well-being. I'm going to read from the book now, 46, Regeneration. Here's 46. Rebirth, second chances, new opportunities. Second chances are available to you now. Whatever opportunities you thought were dead are now revived in a more authentic, stronger form. Whatever you may have perceived as a failure or loss is now being replaced by something better and more powerful growing in its place. The rebirth is assured. Step into your new life. Destiny is being fulfilled in wondrous ways. The world is based on connections and relationships. No matter what loss has occurred in the past or even now, death and endings are only illusions. There is life after death, love after loss, and in this moment you are radiating the regenerative life force energy that makes you irresistible to love in all forms. Now is the time when you will see evidence of this new emergence. Can you feel it? Love is rising up to greet you. So that's your reading, Earth signs. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, twins.